Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vyasadeva Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava Radhe. Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Baladeva, Subhadramai, Jaya Sudarshana. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramhamsa Parivrajakaacharya Ashtottara Sri Śrīmad Divine Grace Abhay Charanarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupada ki Grantaraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashta Prayesha Badreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttama-shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah Namah Pankajanabhaya Namah Pankajamaline Namah Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangrahe. Hare Krishna. We welcome you all to today's Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam class. We are reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, 3rd canto, 2nd chapter, the remembrance of Lord Krishna, 11th verse. Pradarshya tapta tapasam Pradarshya tapta tapasam Avitripta drisham nanam avitripta drisham nanam adayantar adhadyastu adayantar adhadyastu Swabimbam lokalochanam pradarsyatapta tapasam avitripta drisham nanam adayantar adhadyastu Swabimbam lokalochanam pradarsyatapta tapasam avitripta drisham nanam adayantar adhadyastu swabimbam lokalochanam adhasyatapta tapasa sham nanam adayantar adhadyastu swabimbam lokalochanam adarsyatapta tapasam avitripta drisham nanam adayantar adhadyastu bimbam lokalochanam adarsyatapta tapasam avitripta drisham nanam adayantar adhadyastu bimbam lokalochanam. Matajis. What to what meaning? Pradarshya, by exhibiting. Atapta, without undergoing. Tapasam, penances. Avitripta drisham, without fulfillment of vision. Nirnam, of persons. Adhaya, taking. Antaha, disappearance. Adat, perform. Yaha, he who. Tu, but. Swabimbam, his own form. Lokalochanam, public vision. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Lord Sri Krishna, who manifested his eternal form before the vision of all on the earth, performed his disappearance by removing his form from the sight of those who are unable to see him, as he is due to not executing required penance. Please repeat after me. Lord Sri Krishna, who manifested his eternal form before the vision of all on the earth, performed his disappearance by removing his form from the sight of those who are unable to see him, as he is due to not executing required penance. Purport. In this verse, the word avitripta drisham is most significant. The conditioned souls in the material world are all trying to satisfy their senses in various ways, but they have failed to do so because it is impossible to be satisfied by such efforts. The example of the fish on land is very appropriate. If one takes a fish from the water and puts it on the land, it cannot be made happy by any amount of offered pleasure. The spirit soul can be happy only in the association of the supreme living being, the personality of Godhead, and nowhere else. The Lord, by his unlimited causeless mercy, has innumerable Vaikuntha planets in the Brahmajyoti sphere of the spiritual world, and in that transcendental world, there is an unlimited arrangement for the unlimited pleasure of the living entities. The Lord himself comes to display his transcendental pastimes, typically represented at Vrindavan, Mathura, and Dwaraka. He appears just to attract the conditioned souls back to Godhead, back home to the eternal world. But for want of sufficient piety, the onlookers are not attracted by such pastimes of the Lord. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said that only those who have completely surpassed the way of sinful reaction can engage themselves in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. The entire Vedic way of ritualistic performance is to put every conditioned soul on the path of piety. By strict adherence to the prescribed principles for all orders of social life, one can attain the qualities of truthfulness, control of the mind, control of the senses, forbearance, etc., and can be elevated to the plane of rendering pure devotional service to the Lord. Only by such a transcendental vision are one's material hankerings fully satisfied. When the Lord was present, persons who were able to satisfy their material hankerings by seeing him in true perspective were those able to go back with him to his kingdom. But those persons who are unable to see the Lord as he is, remained attached to the material hankerings, were not able to go back home, back to Godhead. When the Lord passed beyond the vision of all, he did so in his original eternal form, as stated in this verse. The Lord left in his own body. He did not leave his body, as is generally misunderstood by the conditioned souls. The statement defeats the false propaganda of the faithless non-devotees that the Lord passed away like an ordinary conditioned soul. The Lord appeared in order to release the world from the undue burden of the non-believing asuras, and after doing this, he disappeared from the world's eyes. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Shah Namavam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschyata Deshatharine Namavam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Iti Namine Shri Varsvanavi Devi Dhahitaya Kripadyaye Krishna Sambandha Vajnana Dayane Prabhave Namah Madhuryojjala Premadhyaya Shri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaya Dheena Tarine Rupanuga Viruddha Pasiddhanta Dvanta Harine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshad Vairagya Murtaye Vipralamba Rasambude Padambujayate Nama Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gaura Virva Bhumestvam Nirdeshta Sajjana Priya Vaishnavam Sarva Bhumo Shri Jagannadayate Nama Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Vahevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Nama Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratise Nama Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dheena Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Jayatam Surato Pangor Mama Manda Matirgati Mat Sarvasva Padambujau Radha Madana Mohano Divyad Vrindaranya Kalpadhrumada Srimad Ratnagara Simhasanasto Srimad Radha Srila Govinda Devo Preshtalibi Sevyamanas Marami Srimad Narasarasarambi Vamshi Vata Tadastita Karshanvenu Sinir Gopi Gopinadai Striyestuna Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Before beginning, I would like to take blessings from all the Vaishnavas assembled here, especially senior devotees who have guided me to practice Krishna consciousness. Please bless me so that we can discuss about the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Translation: The Lord Sri Krishna, who manifested his eternal form before the vision of all fall on the earth, performed his disappearance by removing his form from sight of those who were unable to see him as he is due to not executing required penance. So here we can see Uddhava is actually lamenting. So we have seen so many verses where Uddhava was lamenting on even the Yadu dynasty, that when Krishna was performing pastimes in Mathura, Dwaraka, so these Yadus, they were not able to, they were so much closely, intimately connected with Krishna, they could not understand that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. And Uddhava was lamenting on this Yadus also. And then here we see that Uddhava was lamenting on the most unfortunate people of this material world, who could see Krishna but they could not understand the position of Krishna. They could not understand the position of Krishna as a Supreme Lord. So Uddhava was lamenting on these most unfortunate souls. See that even Arjuna was also lamenting when Arjuna went to Dwaraka. So at that time he saw that Krishna already disappeared from this world, and then he was in so much of grief, he was in so much of lamentation that the great Arjuna was defeated by ordinary cowherd men. Arjuna was in so much lamentation that Arjuna was defeated by the ordinary cowherd man. And then Arjuna remembered the pastimes of Krishna. He remembered the teachings from Bhagavad Gita. So that teachings from Bhagavad Gita has brought some solace for his lamentation. In the same way here Uddhava, just like Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, in the same way, before Krishna was departing from this world, so Krishna gave the teachings to Uddhava also. So Uddhava heard all those teachings. That's called Uddhava Gita. It is mentioned in 11th canto of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So when Krishna departed from this world, after Krishna's disappearance, Uddhava went to different parts of different pilgrimages in India, and Krishna told him to go to Badrikashram. So when Uddhava was going to the Badrikashram, in between he met Vidura. And when Vidura inquired about the well-being of about Krishna and Krishna's associates, so at that time Uddhava remembered Krishna. At that time he remembered Krishna and he was crying because he was in so much of lamentation. So was crying, and then he was speaking about Yadus, and then he was speaking in this verse. He specifically pointed about those unfortunate souls, even though they could see Krishna or heard about Krishna, but they never took interest about Krishna's topics, and those were considered the most unfortunate souls. So Uddhava is particularly speaking about those souls in this verse. Shri Shri Radha Madhav ki jai, Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadramaya Sudarshan ki jai, Shri Shri Gaur Nithai ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So the lamentation experienced by this Uddhava is not like some material lamentation, okay? So he was in ecstasy of separation from Krishna. That separation, that fire of separation from Krishna has brought so much of lamentation that he was crying, and he fainted, and then he's trying to speak about the pastimes of Krishna. So this lamentation can be experienced when we miss the association of the Supreme Lord and his devotees. So here Uddhava was there with Krishna for so many years, was personally serving Krishna, was speaking with Krishna, talking with Krishna. So when Krishna disappeared from this world, so Uddhava felt so much of lamentation. So then such type of lamentation can be experienced even when we miss the association of Krishna's devotees also. So when Prabhupada disappeared from this world, so many of his disciples also experienced such spiritual lamentation. The close servants, associates, assistants, they also were crying when they were speaking about Prabhupada. So that is called spiritual lamentation. They were telling that I got so much opportunity to serve Prabhupada, I got so much opportunity to hear from Srila Prabhupada, but I did not take sufficient opportunity. Sometimes I was lazy, sometimes I was not serious. So like that they were telling. Imagine, they actually did so much service to Srila Prabhupada, but out of humility, out of humbleness, even they were when we hear from them, sometimes they tell that I did not hear from Srila Prabhupada much. So like that they were also experiencing spiritual lamentation. So such lamentation we experience when great acharyas or the Supreme Lord, when they disappear from this world. So such lamentation is experienced by the pure devotees of the Lord who are taking association of Krishna and his devotees. So here the Uddhava was lamenting on those unfortunate souls. So Krishna, so here I was hearing from His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. So he was telling that Krishna, the appearance of Krishna is so rare that Krishna appears only once in a day of Brahma. So that means Krishna appears. So once in a day of Brahma means Krishna appears 8.6 billion years. Okay, once only in 8.6 billion years. Okay, he appears like that. Krishna just appeared 5,000 years before. So next appearance of Krishna will be after 8.6 billion years. So that much is the rare of Krishna's appearance. And when Krishna appears, he does so many amazing pastimes. Krishna brings his own abode, Dwaraka, Mathura. Especially Krishna brings his abode of Vrindavan. So abode of Vrindavan, that only comes once in a day of Brahma. Okay? He brought his Vrindavan Dham from the spiritual world to this material world, and he has done so many amazing pastimes in Vrindavan Dham just to attract and reclaim all these unfortunate souls back to him, to take him back home, back to Godhead. So that was the reason why Krishna appeared in this world. Even though this world is, when Krishna was about to appear in this world, so many demons were there in this world. This world was full of demonic people. This Kulashekara Alvar, he says that Jayatu Jayatu Devo Devaki Nandanoyam Jayatu Jayatu Krishni Vrishni Vamsha Pradipa Jayatu Jayatu Mega Shyamala Komalango Jayatu Jayatu Prithvi Bharanasho Mukunda. That means Krishna, you appeared in this dynasty of Vrishni to destroy or to remove the burden from this material world, to remove the burden of this earthly planet. Why? Because when Krishna was about to appear, at that time this Kamsa was ruling, and so many demons were there in this earthly planet, all over the universe. The universe was full of so many demons. And Krishna, out of his compassionate nature, out of his sweet will, he appeared to destroy all these demonic people and to reclaim all the fortunate souls. And these demonic people, they were so rascals that they were trying to attack different parts of Mathura, Dwaraka. They were planning so many conspiracy theories, so many, to how to kill Krishna. Even when Krishna was just a small boy, at that time also Kamsa sent so many demons, how to kill Krishna. So that was the situation in this earthly planet. So that was, and even most of the common people, even at that time when Krishna was performing pastimes, Prabhupada says in one of his books that 95% of the people were not knowing that Krishna is the Supreme Lord when Krishna was personally performing pastimes in Mathura, Vrindavan, Dwaraka. That means they were in their own world. So Uddhava was lamenting on those unfortunate souls when Krishna, out of his causeless mercy, came to liberate them, came to take them, that this is not your real place, this is not your real home. You don't have any real parents here, you don't have any real inheritance here, there is no real happiness here. Come back with me. I will take you to the real home, spiritual world, Golok Vrindavan. I came to take you to give you real happiness. Still the most unfortunate souls couldn't pay attention to Krishna's instruction. So that's why Uddhava was lamenting on such unfortunate people. And then Krishna becoming merciful upon them, Krishna again did not give up on his hope. Krishna sends his devotees. Krishna sends his devotees like Srila Prabhupada, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, who has laid down their whole life how to convert, how to bring fortune into the life of these unfortunate souls. Their whole life they were working on how to bring fortunate. This is Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj, he writes a book, right? There is a, what is that book name? When a good fortune arises, something like that. There's a book, When a Good Fortune Arises. That means, so how a good fortune arises in a living entity's life is when he meets, when he takes association of devotees of Krishna. Then only the good fortune arises in the life of the people in this material world. Otherwise we'll be just suffering in this world. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jatareshayanam. Taking birth and again suffering in this material world. So all these great personalities, the devotees of Krishna, just like here devotees of Krishna like Uddhava was lamenting on these unfortunate souls, in the same way the devotees of Krishna like Srila Prabhupada, They went to so many different continents in this world just to make them, giving them opportunity to make them hear about Krishna, to make them chant about Krishna. We can imagine how much people, how much demonic people are those that just even 5,000 years has just disappeared. This 5,000 years have went, and hardly there are people in this earthly planet who are remembering about Krishna, who are worshipping Krishna, who are offering obeisance to Krishna. There are very few people. So that is the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is the mission of Lord Krishna, and that is the most effective way, because that is the mission of Krishna to reclaim all these unfortunate souls. So whoever participates in this mission, whoever works very hard in bringing these souls back to Krishna, Krishna will be very pleased with those devotees. And then I was hearing about this class, and Maharaj was telling that about his own pastime, that he traveled so many places around the world, and he saw that in Western countries, so when they bury the body, what they do is that they decorate the body very nicely. They decorate the body and they put a artificial smile on the dead body's face, like something like some paint their body like some joker or something like that. So that they look at least at the time of death they look very happy like that. Like that they make the body and then they bury the body. At least he looks happy at the time of death like that. In the Western countries they do like that, Maharaj was telling. And when he came to India, at the time he saw that they don't do like that. They just bury the body. So Maharaj stayed like so many days and nights in the burial ground, seeing how they this dead corpse, how they ignite the fire, how the fire burns each and every part of the body, and finally the body is burnt to ashes. Maharaj was explaining that as soon as when they bring the dead corpse, so the men try to control their lamentation, their tears, but the women's back, they're crying, and then they finally lit the fire to the dead corpse. So then the hair gets easily burnt, then the skin starts burning, the eyes pops out, they pop out from the body, and the liquid starts coming out from the body, the different liquids starts coming out from the body. When that extreme heat, when the fire start entering inside the body because of the extreme pressure, the skull also pops out. The skull also comes out, and like that he was explaining about the different manifestations of the body. The people in this material world are so much worried about taking care of this body, but at the time of death, this is what happens to the body. Trying to give pleasure to the senses. Here we see that Prabhupada is telling about the conditioned souls in the material world, always trying to satisfy their senses in various ways. Trying to satisfy their senses in different way, trying to satisfy the body, trying to give this body very comfortable place to live. Just like the birds in the nest, they try to make a wonderful nest for their children. In the same way, the human beings are also trying to make a wonderful homes where they can eat, sleep, do mating and just defense. Like whole life is meant, whole life they are just working hard to give to please this body. But what is the destination of this body? What is happening to this body? This body is becoming just ashes. Final destination. The body is becoming to the ashes, and then all the relatives are going away, not worrying about him anymore. So like that, Maharaj was explaining, and then so then he deeply was meditating upon this dead bodies. So there is no, what you say. That means people who are working so hard day and night just for giving some bringing some comfort to this body, they are most foolish people, or the most unfortunate people in this material world, not meditating upon Krishna, not giving time to Krishna. So to such unfortunate souls, so the devotees of Krishna, they lament on them, just like this Uddhava is lamenting, always thinking of them, how to bring them back to Krishna consciousness. How can we bring? So that is a lamentation. The materialistic people, they lament on the objects. If they lose some Apple iPhone, they lament on that. If they lose some buildings, they lament on that. But the devotees of Krishna, their object, they don't lament on material things, but they lament on those people who are away from Krishna, who are suffering in this material world. So that is how the devotee's consciousness is. And here it is mentioned that when the Lord was present, the entire Vedic way of ritualistic performances is to put every conditioned souls on the path of piety. So it is mentioned that if a person has to come to the platform of rendering pure devotional service unto Krishna, that means he has to give up all his sinful life. It's mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, Esham tu antagatam papam jananam punyakarmanam te dvanda moha nirmukta bhajante mam dridavrata. So if a person has to practice pure devotional service, that means he should have given up his sinful life, and he should have done so much of pious activities, and he should be free from dvandva, free from duality and illusion. Only such person can perform devotional service with resolute determination. So all these ritualistic ceremonies which are mentioned in the Vedic literature are just meant for giving sufficient pious credit to the living entities, so that he can come to the platform of rendering pure devotional service unto Krishna. So that's why these pious activities are mentioned in the scriptures, not elevating them to the heavenly planets, or not for giving any kind of sense gratification to them. The main purpose of the ritualistic or the pious ritualistic mentioned this karma kanda, all these things are mentioned in the Vedic scriptures, are just elevating these unfortunate souls who are present in this material world to give them sufficient piety to bring them to the platform of to the devotional service, to perform the devotional service. And it is mentioned that the Supreme Lord Krishna, who comes only once in the day of Brahma, and the people of this earthly planet are actually most fortunate. Why? Because Krishna has chosen this earthly planet out of 14 planetary systems, out of millions and millions of planets. Krishna has chosen this earthly planet, and that also in India, Krishna has personally come with his abode and has done so many wonderful pastimes. How much fortunate are these people who are in this material world, in this earthly planet. And Krishna, when he appears with his own spiritual body, and when he is winding up his pastimes, he disappears with his own spiritual body, in his own spiritual body. Okay, so that Krishna who appeared 5000 years back is the original Shyam Sundar form of Krishna. Okay, in every in every Chaturyuga Krishna appears. He is not the original Shyam Sundar form, but he comes in his plenary expansion form. But the Krishna who appeared 5000 years back, he is the one who is the original Shyam Sundar form of Krishna. So we are very fortunate. Why? Because Krishna appeared just 5000 years back. There is not many years. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared only 500 years before. So we are in this golden period of Kali Yuga. So we should take this opportunity. We should hear the pastimes of Krishna, and we should not only read the pastimes of Krishna, but distribute this literature which was written by Srila Prabhupada. We hear that Prabhupada was also not ready to come to this material world, but when Krishna requested him to write books about him, then Prabhupada agreed to come to this earthly planet, and he wrote so many books glorifying Krishna. So when we read these scriptures, when we read these Prabhupada books, and we distribute these Prabhupada books, so that will be then we can make this whole earthly planet a best place to live. Otherwise this material world is full of sufferings. And this is the duty of us. It is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita also. It is mentioned that Bharata Bhumite Manus Janma Sartha Kari Karo Paropakar. So it is a duty of us who took birth in this Bharata Bhumi. It is a prime duty of us to deliver ourselves and then help others also to deliver. So that is a prime duty of us. To give this knowledge of Krishna consciousness and help others also to come back to Krishna. Actually, it is not so easy to bring people to Krishna consciousness. We get so many calls that people, sometimes they themselves calls, I want to become a monk, I want to join Krishna consciousness. They tell, sometimes they come to temple that I want to become a monk, and they go back, and when their mother or father, they start fasting that you don't become a monk, so they give up. They don't listen again. They completely forget. There was once a boy who from Orissa, he told that I want to join temple. He told, I am very serious, I want to join. So he told he will come. So he took a train from Orissa. He came to Hyderabad. He reached Sikandrabad railway station, and from there he took an auto. He took an auto and he was coming. He was about to reach, and I don't know what happened suddenly. Auto driver or someone told something to him, and then I was trying to call him. He did not pick up the call. He came till Hyderabad. He was about to come to temple, but an auto driver said something to him, and he went back again. He went back. After 3-4 days, I called him, and then he told that I was coming in auto, but again I changed my mind. Like that, he told. Imagine how much illusion is there. Illusion is there in this world. So that's why even it is said, even to make one devotee, it requires quintals of blood. So that only Srila Bhaktivedanta says, gallons of blood. So much of gallons of blood is to make even a sincere devotee of Krishna and offer it to Srila Prabhupada. It requires gallons of blood. It is said by Srila Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur. It is not so easy to make them completely away from Maya. It's not so easy. So that's why this is the real work. This is the real service. This is the real social service. That's why in this Gita Marathon we are trying to distribute so many books. I met one old couple yesterday. Their age is 82. That person age is 82. He has two daughters and one son. They are already all settled in America. They have their own home here. But if you see their life, they just get up morning 11 o'clock like that, and they take bath somewhere at 1 o'clock in geyser, and at least they are doing anadhan to our temple. They are helping anadhan. They donated some amount, but they are little pious. But if you see their whole life, I ask them what you do whole day. They just say that we just take bath, we just sit at one place, we just speak with our children, watch some TV. That's it. Their age is 82. The person, if he gets up again to sit him in the chair, it takes so much of time for him. And they don't know that they are about to die. The death is coming to them, and they are not even they are not serious about it. So that's why we should help them. I gave them the copy of Bhagavad Gita, but they told that I cannot read Bhagavad Gita. It's very difficult for me to read the text nowadays. I told them to. I gave them some lectures that you hear the recitation of Bhagavad Gita. You hear the lectures like this. I told okay, I will see, like that he was telling. So if you don't take Krishna consciousness seriously in our youth life, at the end it is very difficult to become serious in Krishna consciousness. Why? Because at the end, already so much of the body doesn't the body doesn't support practicing Krishna consciousness. We cannot do anything. Even to go to bathroom and clear nicely, that will be success for him actually. He will feel that is like success. That much difficult it is in the old age. And the desires, the material desires increases actually. So many material desires increases when he becomes old age. And the listening, he doesn't listen. Even if he doesn't listen very seriously. So that's why we should take Krishna consciousness very seriously in very early age. That's why Prahlad Maharaj says, Kaumara Macharit Prajna. From the age 5 only we should take up this Krishna consciousness. And this human form of life is also very rare, and Krishna also appeared just 5,000 years before. That is also very rare. From 8 and next Krishna's appearance in his original form will be 8.6 billion years after. Imagine. So that's why we should take up this Krishna consciousness seriously and help ourselves and help others also in how to advance, help them to how to advance in this Krishna consciousness. Okay, so thank you very much. Okay, we have got 3 minutes left for 9. If you have any questions, comments or corrections, we can discuss. Yes, please.
So in the purport, third para, Prabhupada is writing that, but those persons who were unable to see the Lord as He is, remained attached to material hankerings and were not able to go back home, back to Godhead. Right. So, but we hear, I have heard that on the Kurukshetra war, those who died watching Krishna, they got liberation. So, wanted to understand how two lines are different.
Those persons who died in the battlefield, they all went home back to Godhead. This was said by Bhishmadeva himself. Says that there is a shloka from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So here Prabhupada is speaking about those unfortunate souls who could not see him as it is, that he is the Supreme Lord. Here those people in the battlefield, they saw Krishna when they were about to die. So when they were about to die, and even though the battlefield was so huge, and but so many millions and crores of people died, that 64 crore people died in the battlefield, but all of them were able to see Krishna at the time of death, because they saw Krishna at the time of death. So that's why they went home back to Godhead. But Prabhupada here referring that those people who saw Krishna in their day life, normal life, they saw Krishna as like some ordinary kshatriya, ordinary man. They could not appreciate Krishna's presence. And some are even, like some demonic people, they were even planning some conspiracy, how to kill him, like that. So such people, they could not go home back to Godhead. So to them Prabhupada was referring here. Any more questions? Okay, thank you very much. Antara Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.